Third combat flight has been carried out by me on 11th of March 2022. On board there were 4 tons of high explosive aviation bombs. After we received coordinates, during the execution of the combat operation I have understood that the target of a combat operation was not military infrastructure of the enemy, but residential buildings. Despite this I have executed the criminal order. After a bombing I have been shot down by anti-air systems of Ukraine. After the touchdown I was taken prisoner by servicemen of Ukrainian National Guard. I understand and confess to the terrible crimes committed by me. I want to ask for forgiveness of all Ukrainian people and God for all the misfortune that we have brought to them. I promise full commitment to bring about the end to this war as soon as possible, and to bring all those guilty in the genocide of Ukrainian people. I also wish to address all servicemen of Russian Federation Armed Forces, the members of my platoon. Immediately cease the execution of criminal orders. Immediately cease all combat operations. Immediately cease the bombing of peaceful cities. It is my opinion that we have already lost this war.
I am a senior sapper of military unit 51532, and I am 22 years old. I came to the exercises. The exercises were over. We were transferred to hostilities. They didn't ask us if we wanted to take part in it. They did not agitate that Ukraine was bad or anything like that. We were based at the Opuk Nature Reserve. We were camping there for 30 days. Then we crossed the border to Ukraine in Armyansk and moved 6 days on the territory of Ukraine. The route I can't tell you exactly, but I know that we crossed the localities of Vesele, Kakhovka. Thus we arrived already by Mykolaiv, and there was direct contact between our forces and the Ukrainian armed forces. This is how we surrendered there. But before that, we were on the way, and we had already seen the situation escalating, and the fact that we were not coming here as peacekeepers, but actually to fight. We asked our commanders what the hell we were doing. Let's turn back and leave. We got the answer that we won't make it home, because there are echelons behind us, killing those who are deserting. The people I met with in a small circle of people we crossed the pass with, all of them were in the military, and they were told the same thing. Really, there are those echelons that are killing people who are trying to get back home. Of course, I want to go back, certainly. I want to go back. Now I understand what kind of trouble the place where I worked got me into. I probably won't go back to that place where I worked in the army. They blatantly cheated and dumped me like a piece of meat. People just really figured it out only then. I mean, we had all our phones taken away, we didn't watch the news, the situation in Ukraine in general, what was going on. We were told there were no civilians in each locality, for example, but they were there. We were alarmed. The next time we surrendered, 15 kilometers before, we realized that these missiles that were flying were not going at the military. They were flying at civilians, at ordinary populated areas. And on this ground there was contact, and of course we surrendered, because we were told quite the opposite. For example, near Odessa, the Marines did not get off the ship. 600 people. They rioted. They understood what was going on. They just did not get off the ship. But we had no information. When we already understood this situation, they wouldn't let us back in. They told us we would be killed from behind if we turned back. The only thing left was to surrender. That was the only thing. I won't work in the armed forces anymore. It is not the right place.
I am Pustovetov Dmitry Valerievich, born in 1984, December 8. At the moment a soldier of military unit 71718 of the 70th Motorized Rifle Regiment, which is stationed in the city of Shali, Chechen Republic, Russian Federation. I am serving under contract as a squad leader of the intelligence department of the intelligence platoon of the intelligence company. Right now, I am in captivity of the law enforcement agencies on Ukrainian territory. On February 24th, on the orders of my commanders, I crossed the border with Ukraine. While on the march, we have advanced to the city of Melitopol, where we spent 2 nights. From there, we were advancing according to the task. We were supposed to advance to the city of Donetsk, where we would meet with the 150th Division and march together with them to the reservoir near the city of Kherson. On the way, we stopped for the night night near the village of Chernihivka, where I received a task from the battalion commander to look around the route. We boarded an infantry fighting vehicle of motorized rifle company with a crew, and I was captured near the city of Kuybyshevo. I am here on the orders of my commanders, who initially told us that the civilian population will meet us here with a smile on their faces, and our task is to free the population from the Nazis on the Ukrainian territory. I saw nothing like that here. Previously, I served in other military units and divisions. Border unit in the city of Stavropol served in special forces. I have also served in the Wagner private military company that flew me to Syria to perform tasks there. I can only say this, but we were told that everything is so bad here that the civilian population is suffering from local authorities. All of it's not true.